Okay, I just read a tabernacle for the sun, right? Tabernacle is like a temple, a thing, a house. All right? A tabernacle for the sun. Now I'm going to read this right here. I put in, does a satellite get its power from the sun, right? And what came up was how satellites convert the sun's energy into electricity. So there goes your tabernacle in the sun, right? Now check this out. It says, I looked up satellite again, and it says, in the context of space flight, a satellite is an artificial object which has been intentionally placed into orbit. Go back to the other definition. A satellite takes the sun's light and converts it into another form of power. Okay? I'm going to read it again. In the context of space flight, a satellite is an artificial object which has been intentionally placed into orbit. Such objects are sometimes called artificial satellites to distinguish them from natural satellites, such as the moon. So the moon is a natural satellite, man. You have a solar powered thing. That's a satellite. That's another form of a satellite. It takes the power of the sun and it converts it to another energy. In this case, electricity. You can't use a computer unless you plug it in. You got electricity going. So that works with the so-called Urim and the Thummim. All right?
Yeah, that's them signals, which the Most High had that technology. That's how he was able to present himself before the priests, or when there were certain judgments that were given, they would have the Urim and the Thummim, and they would actually see images within the so-called crystal ball, to see what actually happens, since there were no witnesses.
That ain't nothing but the internet, man. That was the web right there.
That's right. And the Lord gave these devils that technology for what? For this time right now, to seal the elect, so the word can go out. And that's the reason why you have the internet, the reason why you have, the YouTube and the Google and all that good stuff, Daily Motion and those different other social medias out there that you can put videos up on for free, and that's why they're trying to regulate the internet, because they want to stop this word from going out. They don't want it to go out freely like it's been going out.
And see, that kills that stuff about brothers talking about they're gonna make a video and they're gonna charge you for it. There's no excuse. You got the YouTube, okay? Now it says here in 5th verse, Psalms 19, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and I spoke about that in another video that you think about Matthew 25, the parable of the 10 virgins, 5 are wise and 5 are foolish, and we see who the wise ones are with the oil, and we see the fools. And all the foolish ones are mad at us, man. Which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoicing as a strong man to run a race. 6th verse. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. So the law is important. You got to keep the law. When you first come into this thing, that's why you have scripture in Colossians 2:16, where Paul spoke about, don't let anybody judge you on a high holy day, because you got guys that are coming into it, but they don't have to be perfect in the Lord. But once they grow into this thing, they're supposed to come to the next level. You got some guys that come out to the camp. They don't celebrate. They don't partake in the Passovers. They don't deal with a lot of things. They don't fully understand the Sabbath and the Day of Atonement, but they come and they listen. It says, and then some of them are going to be saved, right? The law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of Yahweh are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yahweh is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahweh is clean, enduring forever. The judgment of Yahweh are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yeah, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned. That's a good one. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned. Because Palu said, you guys go on there to put fear in people's heart. What do you think the word warn mean, man? Huh? And in keeping of them, there is great reward. And commandments are also, when the Most High said go out on the highways and the byways, that's a commandment, man. That's part of the Most High's law, right? Yeah. If the Most High command you to do something, well, that's in the New Testament. But wait a minute, that's coming from the Most High. So that's his law. That's a commandment. What do you think the word commandment mean? It come from the word command. So Nate is talking about keeping the law. You ain't going out in the highways and the byways, and you haven't been out in like going on 2 years, my man. It says, moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. The reward is a kingdom. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. So you have secret sins that the Most High will forgive you of. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. And we said this a couple of weeks ago. You got to pray. You got to pray. I'm always praying, man. The Apostle Paul said, pray without ceasing. All right? I'm going to read it again. 14th verse. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, my strength and my redeemer. All right? So with that, we're going to close and keep doing the work. Hey, don't lighten up, tighten up, man. Don't be like them other camps, man. Don't be like them other disobedient camps, them reprobate camps, like the IUIC. And I was dealing with this guy from Detroit, the IUIC, and I know you watch our videos. You guys go to IUIC Detroit, and you go on that comment board, man, because we might be able to pluck some of them guys out of that fire, man. See, our job is to pluck guys out of the fire. You don't realize you being under Nate, man, that's a dangerous thing. Being under General Yohana is a dangerous thing. Being under the HODC is dangerous, man. The GOCC is mega dangerous. That's madness. You got to get from among these guys, man. And you got to get with the truth. And them guys that are not in GMS that, do what we do, they watching us, man. So they GMS, they just don't want to acknowledge that they're GMS. And then you got other guys that are of other camps that acknowledge us. See, it's all about doing this work, man. Because this is not our rest. This is not our rest. I'm going to leave you with one more scripture. This is Hebrews 3. Okay, yeah, Hebrews 3 and 10. Wherefore I was grieved with that generation, and said, They do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. So we're getting on them. So I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest. So you guys are not going to enter into the Most High's. Eventually you'll enter into it, but you got to come on the second go round. It says, take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you